Thanks for watching this portion of Garage Logic on our YouTube channel, and thanks to our friends at Everest Men's Health for supporting this. Go to everestmenshealth.com to see if their team can help you with stronger energy and better health. And catch the Garage Logic podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
In space. Now, until that becomes, a $50 ride, I don't know who I don't know who their client base is.
Rich people.
Well, you're going to run out of billionaires to go to space.
Well, so then it turns into, you want to go to space? Nah, we just did that last week.
We did that. So, again, for me personally, it holds no interest. I have no desire to get into a rocket ship and go up in space.
Well, the reason I said what I said is you did notice the design of the Bezos rocket.
It looked just like a swimsuit area.
Exactly like one.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at mine's bigger.
Yeah.
It looks like something you keep in the bottom drawer next to the bed with a lock on it. Wow. You charge it up every other day. Does that thing get to work?
Every other day you charge it up.
Yeah.
Well used. Just a tool in the arsenal.
They had to know that, right? They had to know the design would be the source of ridicule.
Like she's
They had to know.
Yes, had to.
But maybe that has something to do with the aerodynamic demands of what they were up to.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
I'm sure that's exactly what it was.
I'm trying to see this as a moment of pioneering exploration, even though they didn't do anything. They went up, rolled around free of gravity for a couple minutes, and then they fired their boosters, came back down, parachutes landed.
I don't see how a magical wand could be aerodynamically, whatever I'm trying to say, perfect.
I
mean, it's a big round head.
The last time that, because the Branson thing didn't do much for me either, but the last time that something like this was impressive was the Red Bull guy that jumped out of the hot air balloon.
Yeah, I don't think he's been the same since.
What do you mean?
I think he went nuts.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that.
Why did you get this then?
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there.
We don't know that.
No, Chris, I hate to correct you, but the last impressive thing for me was the "if you think you can fly" guy, the guy that weighed 400 pounds that tried to do a slam dunk by jumping off that tiny baby trampoline, and he flew about 6 inches in the air and did a face plant on the mat.
The best part about that too,
that was the one for me.
When he jumped on the trampoline, I'm pretty sure his feet hit the ground.
He bottomed out.
Yeah. Well, we're not talking about this, fellas, because I was severely chastised in an email about 2 weeks ago. It is, I don't want you guys to get chastised, but it's Bezos.
Bezos.
I've always said Bezos, and I got an email that, it wasn't very nice.
What was it from his mom or something?
Yeah, who would be that offended that we mispronounced his
name? A fellow who was quite offended by my pronunciation.
Well, that's too bad for him. Say,
it's Bezos.
Bezos and his fellow Blue Origin astronauts were shuttled from their training center to the New Shepard launch pad in another vehicle that the Amazon founder helped bring to fruition. The four-door SUV is an all-electric Rivian RIS that's technically from the future because it doesn't exist yet. It's not on sale yet. He has taken part, Bezos, Amazon has taken part in several funding rounds for the startup automaker valued in the billions, primarily so it can build zero-emissions delivery vans for the Amazon Prime service. So they're coming up with this fleet of these vehicles. The IRS is a premium midsize SUV that will have a starting price of $70,000 and a range of 300 miles per charge when deliveries begin later this year. The Rivian RIT and RIS are equipped with 4 individual motors that allow them to perform a tank turn on slippery surfaces. I don't know what that means. Rivian was expected to start producing RIT pickup versions of the vehicle this month, but has been delayed the first deliveries until at least September due to ongoing semiconductor shortage affecting the auto industry. The Blue Origin's Rivian connection isn't the only one of its kind in commercial spacefaring field. SpaceX uses Tesla Model X SUVs to transport its astronauts to their ships, both companies being controlled by Elon. Is it Elon Musk? Mm-hmm. I don't want to get in trouble with somebody.
I believe it's
that guy will
Elon.
send you an email. I'm watching one of the pickups right here do the tank turns. All that means is it sits in one position on a slippery whatever, and it just turns in place.
It's pretty cool.
It never moves.
I get you.
That's pretty sweet.
Jeff notes, if we're all forced to buy and drive only cars that are electric, shouldn't the space agency be forced to blast off into space using only electric rocket engines? I think that'll be coming. If these guys are going to continue to put their money where their mouth is and they think they're experimenting with electric vehicles to save the Earth, it's a little axiomatic that they use fuel, petroleum-based fuel, to leave Earth.
Yep.
So what will be coming, I think the future will be $128 space flights to venues in space. And the rocket engines will be solar.
So you're
or
saying,
electric.
hey, you want to go up to space and see Mars play Jupiter in basketball?
Yeah,
It's gonna be like that deal.
that's what humans do. You just don't stop progressing.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you can look at it as two egomaniacs who have so much money they literally don't know what to do with it. So
That's
they
what
said,
this is,
so
yes.
they said, let's go to space. I see it as they're pioneering an effort or a demand. I don't know that it exists for typical people to go into space.
But I guess for today's deal, you said 11 minutes, right?
Yeah.
BFD.
Yeah.
I mean, someone's going to get on a plane and fly to Rochester, and that's going to take longer at MSP.
I think the analogy with the Wright brothers is wrong because
I better look at that.
space flight has existed for 60 years minimum, not counting the launching of satellites and things of that nature. That preceded the 60-year flight of, I think today was the anniversary of the moon landing, wasn't it? The Apollo?
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
why Bezos chose this date to go. So it's not analogous to say they pioneered the first flight into space. What they did do, Branson and Bezos have become the first civilians to build their own craft and take fellow civilians into space. That's what they did.
Huh.
Now, whether that's going to be a thing of the future, I predict it will be. I don't know why. The day will be coming when the Mets and the Cardinals will have a game in space. That's going to happen if baseball survives.
They're already going to play at Dream of Field, or what is it called? Field of
of
Dreams.
Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Is that
Yeah.
this weekend?
No. It's in August.
Okay.
Did any of you guys watch it live?
No.
I did not.
No, I did not.
I watched it live, and I was really, really worried that there was going to be an issue. I had my fingers crossed.
Were you thinking, what, Challenger type issue? Is that what you're thinking?
The whole nation
Really?
watching this thing on test. Has it been tested?
I thought it
Has
had.
been
Many
sent up
times.
alone?
Many
Yeah,
times.
he's used it several
So it's been sent up alone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Couple times.
I guess if he does start taking passengers up, he can go with the 100% safety guarantee rating so far. Right?
So far.
So far,
Sure.
yeah.
So completely unrelated, I looked up the flight time from MSP to Rochester just to make sure because I don't want to get an email. I couldn't find a
10
time.
minutes?
But get this. There are direct flights, and there's also one-stop flights.
What?
Where are you going to stop?
Where? Yeah.
Hey, we're going to stop in Hastings.
Where do you stop?
I don't know.
Maybe you fly up to Duluth and
Or
then turn around.
because I think Faribault has an airport, but it's not big enough. I don't know. I just found that amusing. Hey, one stop.
It doesn't help either that Bezos shaves his head because he looks like the Michael
Yeah.
Myers character in.
Dr. Evil.
Dr.
He does
Evil,
look
yeah,
like Dr.
yeah.
Evil.
Well, congratulations to them. I'm going to choose to not take the cynical road.
It's rare.
It is, but I admire what Will Steger has done, even though I completely disagree with him on climate change.
What are you talking about? He brought the ice to the fair.
Yeah, and he put it in the yard and said, "See," I said, "Well,
Will Steger's
Will,
a
it's
modern
about
mountain
96.
man.
it's it's August. Will, I think the ice will melt."
Will Steger has done what very, very few people have
Right,
done.
right.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, then now Bezos and Branson can say the same thing. We just did what very few people have done, and the only people who have done it are funded by the government.
What's next, though?
That's a good question.
This train he's on, this high he's on, this is going to crash, and he's going to be end up being pretty like Meriwether Lewis after the trip out to the West Coast. I mean, after that, there was nothing. He did it all.
Okay,
This
if-
is the acme, the peak, the
If they went 66 miles this time, what's next? 86 miles? And what would the difference be?
Did they both fly to the same height?
I think
How would we know?
Bezos went 10 miles higher than Branson.
Exactly. It's a you-know-what
Mine
contest.
is bigger than yours.
Exactly. And look at, I'm going to make mine a swimsuit area. It flies into space.
Well, let me see this. They did name it after the Alan Shepard. It was the Blue Origins.
That's not what Johnny told me earlier. John, didn't they have, they had a band reference, I thought.
Blue Origins New Shepard rocket. Does it say? Okay, Blue Origin reached an altitude of 66 miles, more than 10 miles higher than Branson's July 11th ride.
Branson's got to be feeling the fool. Huh?
He's really down now. Branson's down. His Dauber's down.
Yeah.
Damn it, we were beat by 10 feet.
Well, and then Elon Musk
Or
is
10
going to beat
miles.
it by 15 miles. Or whatever.
There's a lot going on out there. I
I
don't
would
know anything
rather
about.
see these. I'd like to see these three get in a cage match and just beat the hell out of each other. That'd be more interesting.
And they're all getting this train of thought on social media. Oh, there are so many better ways you could spend your money.
God.
It's their
How
money,
much-
and we don't stop progressing as human beings. We don't stop.
Plus, how much do they give to charity? How many people do they employ? Just shut up with that nonsense.
Well, that
Give
did
me a
come up,
break.
including what Bezos pays in taxes. That was a common theme, along with
Yeah, but
the
even
money
that's
spent.
complicated as hell. I mean, he's not completely off the hook for taxes.
Mm-hmm.